outstanding service to our nation. We are pleased that you are here today to share this important event. The 174th Attack Wing would like to extend a warm welcome to Tech Sergeant Martin's family, wife Olga Martin, their children Andrew, Anthony, and Aiden, and all of our friends and guests and military members in attendance. Ladies and gentlemen, Major Forsyth.
Good afternoon, everybody. So before we start recognizing Sergeant Martin for all of his accomplishments from his time here at Hancock Field, first I want to talk about his background before he came here that many of you may not be aware of. So he joined the Navy right before 9/11 in August of 2001, and he went to San Diego for training to do voice communications, and then he was unluckily assigned to USS Lake Erie at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. And he stayed there on this test ship for a while, and he did voice communications within the ship, and then they sent him back to school to do stabilized glide slope indicator system, which really what he was monitoring was this light system so that the helos, when they flew onto the ship, knew if the ship was leaning or going up or down or whatever, so they knew how to land properly. So he did some really interesting and different duties while stationed on the USS Lake Erie. And after some time on the ship, he ended up going to the reserves, the Naval Reserves, and did that. And while he was in the Naval Reserves, he actually switched over to Intel. So then he became an Intel imagery analyst. So quite the varied career. And then thankfully, about 4 years ago, he came over to the 174th Communications flight back then, and he enlisted right before I actually came over and took command. So then my first drill, I found out that Sergeant Martin was coming over and training was giving him a hard time about going to tech school. And I think Sergeant Collins, since he had also come over from the Navy and he got his tech school waived, he kind of said, well, this guy's pretty sharp, he's done tons of cybersecurity stuff, has all these IT certifications, does he really need to go to tech school? And so we looked into it, and sure enough, we were able to push a waiver through. So thankfully, we didn't lose him. He got to stay here and join Knowledge Operations with Sergeant Haley. And since then, he's been a huge help with, of course, everything in Knowledge Operations, and then he also was the career motivation program person and was hugely helpful in that role, talking to all of our personnel as they were coming up on their enlistments, trying to see where, what difficulties they were having and how we could get them to stay in. And so, Sergeant Martin, we're really glad to have you, and we're sorry to lose you, but at least you'll get your weekends back and you'll get to spend more time with your family. So thank you, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thanks, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the reading of the citation. Attention to orders. Technical Sergeant Daniel J. Martin distinguished himself by outstanding achievement as a knowledge management specialist while assigned to the 174th Communications Squadron from 24 June 2019 to 30 April 2024. During this period, he exhibited unparalleled expertise in his field, enhancing the wing's information management capabilities. His proficiency in knowledge management contributed directly to mission success during the Records Management Modernization Initiative, streamlining 6 shared drives into one, which reallocated 12 terabytes of digital resources. In addition to his primary role, Sergeant Martin excelled as a key member of the communications focal point, delivering crucial information technology support to the 23 units on Hancock Field. Furthermore, his technical acumen and dedication were instrumental in maintaining seamless communication capabilities critical to continual MQ-9 combat and training operations. Finally, Sergeant Martin also served as a unit career advisor, playing a pivotal role in guiding and mentoring airmen and conducting one-on-one benefits counseling, steering 31 members through critical career decisions, ensuring that they were well-informed and prepared. The distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Martin reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Given under my hand, 2 April 2024, Colonel Michael Adamir Midas, Mission Support Group Commander.
Sergeant Martin, want to look at us? There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the reading of the retirement order.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. By order of the Secretary of the Air Force, Tech Sergeant Daniel Martin is relieved from assignment and placed on the United States Air Force Reserve Retired List. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Tech Sergeant Martin also received congratulatory letters from President Joseph R. Biden and former President George W. Bush, and a flag that was flown over the Capitol on March 11, 2024, on behalf of U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. Tech Sergeant Martin would like to present his wife, Miss Helena Martin, with a certificate of appreciation for her personal contributions and support of her husband throughout his military career. Sergeant Martin would also like to present his sons, Andrew, Anthony, and Aiden, with a token of appreciation and recognition of their personal contributions and support of their father throughout his military career. Lastly, it is my pleasure to introduce Master Sergeant Haley, who would like to say a few words and present Sergeant Martin with a gift from the squadron.
Tech Sergeant Martin, I enjoyed having you in knowledge management in the squadron. You brought a lot of maturity and expertise to our section. Although we're going to miss you, we wish you and your family the very best of luck in everything you do. As a token of our gratitude, please accept this lithograph signed by the squadron.
Alright, so I'll mention a few words here quick. Wrote down a couple things. Alright, I just wanted to say a huge thanks to my family. Thanks Olga, thanks Anthony and Aiden and Andrew. Without your support, I couldn't have done this. I want to say thanks to the Major, the Chief, Sergeant Haley. I really appreciate it. Giving me the opportunity to work here, so we appreciate that. Of course, to all the members, thanks to all of you. I've learned so much. I think we did a lot of great things together, so I really appreciate that. And a couple things kind of stand out to me. One of the things was back in 2001 in boot camp. Remember the RDCs mentioned that sometimes days can be long, but the weeks, the months, the years, they fly by. So enjoy as much as you can. The service, it goes by really fast. A lot of great opportunities, great folks. Also, in closing, just want to mention that I think this unit's been one of the best units that I've been in. Just a lot of great folks, a lot of great opportunities. Take advantage of it, and I wish all of you the best of luck. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my sincere honor to present Tech Sergeant Daniel J. Martin, retired New York Air National Guard. This concludes the retirement ceremony. We, members of the New York Air National Guard, are pleased to have witnessed and to have been part of this ceremony honoring 20 years of honorable service by Tech Sergeant Martin to the state and the nation. We wish his continued success and happiness going forward. Thank you for coming this afternoon.